Today's video is a standalone video showing you how to sterilise your jars for your jams, jellies, chutneys, sauces and more. I will be covering the dishwasher method, the oven, the microwave and even the air fryer. Well, please stick around for it all. I'm Kirsty, my husband's Dean. I hope you enjoy the video. History of sterilising jars. The sterilising jars goes way back to the early 1800s, but it wasn't until the 1860s that chemist, pharmacist and microbiologist Louis Pasteur provided scientific backing to show that it was bacteria that caused food spoilage. This evidence backed up the sterilisation and boiling methods that many of us still use today. He also discovered pasteurisation, so he's well worth a read about if you have the time. When is sterilisation not required? Sterilisation is not required when you are processing your jar in a water bath canner for 10 minutes or more. This timing ensures that the microorganisms are destroyed. Now, this is relevant for most items that require water bath canning. The only thing I can think of that has a lower processing time is tomato juice, where it only needs 5 minutes of processing. So I will add an image here of my canning book from the 1940s so you can have a look at the timings. Methods and timings can change slightly depending on the book you're reading, the area you're in, or the website that you're looking at. So what I did for this video is I went through most of my preserving books, these are just a few, and made sure I've shared with you the most common timings and the most common average. For small batches, the air fryer is great. So what we need to do is give the jars a wash in hot soapy water, give them a rinse off, leave them wet. And then put in your air fryer. Make sure that you've got some sort of tray in the bottom because we don't want it touching the heat element. So I'll just do the others and come back. We are going to put them in the air fryer. And we need a setting that has 120 degrees, which is 250-ish Fahrenheit. And we're going to put that on for 15 to 20 minutes. The lids can't be done this way as the dry heat could damage them. I will be doing the lid bit in the next part. Now we are just going to gently get them out and put them on a heat-proof cloth or top. So I'm using these tongs that came in the set where the jar lifters and things are from. And I've also sterilised these in the same method I use to sterilise the lids. They are now ready for filling. The lids are a little bit more temperamental, so they can't be put in the oven or the air fryer as the dry heat can damage them. So what we do with them is either put them in the dishwasher I'll put them in a pan, some water, and we just need to bring them up to a simmer for around 10 minutes. We don't want to do a rapid boil, as that could damage the lid too. This is also a good place to add your funnel if you're using one, and anything else that you're going to be using, to make sure it's all sterilised. I've just added a bit more water to make sure all the bits I'm using are covered. The easiest method, because it is suitable for all of the items you are using, is the dishwasher, but it is also the most time consuming, as the others only take up to 20 minutes. This takes as long as your hot cycle. So we just need to put everything in the dishwasher as normal. So lids, funnels, anything else you're using. We do not need any dishwasher detergent, dishwasher tablets or anything. We just want the heat, the wet heat, to sterilise the jars. And we're just going to put that on our hottest cycle. And then the jars will be sterilised.
Hi, back again in the channel at Kirsty's Bequest, as usual, to ask for those likes, comments, subscribes, all the things down below that really do help the channel. And a massive thank you to everyone who has been doing so. It really is helping out, and we love you all. Thank you very much. Now, back to Kirsty's video. Woo!
You can also do the whole lot in a pan on the hob or stove top. But you do need to line the bottom with some sort of tea towel or silicone mat or wire rack, so the direct heat is not on the jars. Going to fill the pan up with water. And then, as before, I'm going to give the jars a wash in soapy water and rinse them off to make sure there's no residue, and add them. I'm also going to put the lids in, and anything else I will be using. This is just for demonstration, so I'm not adding the tongs and things. We're going to bring that up to a rolling boil and keep it at that temperature for 10 minutes, and then our jars are sterilised. Just be careful when getting them out. The oven method. We are going to preheat the oven to 140 to 160 degrees C, which is 275 to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and gas mark 1 to 2. Then we are going to get an oven proof tray, pan, depending on where you're from, and we're going to line it. Going to line it with a tea towel, but a silicone mat or some greaseproof paper or something's better. Just make sure this doesn't go anywhere near if you've got a flame in the oven. And then we are going to do the same and wash in hot soapy water and give it a good rinse to make sure there is no residue on them. make sure it is completely covered in water, because then where the water's hit, that's where it will sterilise. So we don't want them touching, so make sure you have a big enough tray for what you need them for. And they are going to go in the oven for between 10 and 20 minutes. Once they've been in the oven, you can get them out and they are ready to fill. I prefer this method as I can do a lot of jars at once, and I can fill them on the tray I used to put them in the oven in. It saves me touching them and having to mess about tipping water out and things like that. So this is the method I use the most. And then with the lids, I just put everything on the hob. The last method is a little different. That's the microwave. So what we are going to do for this one is wash in hot soapy water, give a rinse, but then we are going to leave a bit of the water in, put the lid on, give it a little shake, and leave the water in. So I'm putting them on this, but you don't need to with the microwave because they've already got the glass part in to prevent it going on the heating element. And the lids cannot go in the microwave. So I'm just leaving them about a quarter to a third of the way up with water. I'm just making sure the full inside is coated with water to make sure it all sterilises. It's got a bit of soap residue, I didn't wash that enough, so I will do that again. And now they just need to go in the microwave for 1 minute. We don't have a microwave, so I've just nipped to my mum and dad's house. The jars need to be in the microwave on full power for 1 minute. Once you've got them out of the microwave, you just need to tip the water out. Make sure if you're going to be touching the inside with something that they are sterilised too. And they are ready for filling. So that's all the methods covered. Which one do you use? Which one are you going to use? Is there a method that I don't know about that you'd like to share with me in the comments? Please let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. And I would like to say a special thank you to one of our earliest subscribers for inspiring this video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye.